Okay, there's lots. Oh, crikey, crikey. Oh, careful. Right, there's lots going on. Big changes happening in the studio over in the far corner. Well, at the moment, it looks like a bomb site. Look at this lot, all the equipment. We've got gravels, we've got filters, we've got things. Look, there's the tank missing from there. Light is still hanging, should probably sort that out. Will do in a moment. First of all, I need to get the rest of the stuff out. We've got the plant to come out, more equipment. This whole corner's coming out because I am setting up another rack just like this one, but opposite. But I'm really loving all the shrimp setups at the moment. Like for instance, all in here, shrimp. We've got these shrimp in here. This is my carbon Riley shrimp. And it's got a nice little bit of tannins going onto the water. Look at that, it looks cool, doesn't it? I will give it a water change. Oh, there's one now. Swim, 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 swim. Yeah, we've got the forest one and we've got the shrimp playground. Again, they're all doing great. They're all got babies. This one now has got loads and loads of babies in it. Oh, I found one right on that rock. Is it gonna pick it up? It might not be picking it up, I'm not sure, but there's one right on that middle rock, just on the edge next to the adult one. And there's even more as well. That's a yellow one. I've seen normal coloured ones, I've seen red ones, I've seen loads in there. So we're just off to a flyer. It gets me so excited, loving it. And that is of course exactly why I want to set one up over here. The space for it is perfect. Well, not with this here. This is going over where the 4-foot ecosystem tank is in the other studio. This plant, probably the same. I mean, these two are the only plants that I haven't managed to kill, house plants. Oh no, hang on. I got this one as well, the asparagus fern, looking beautiful. 3 plants I haven't killed, yay! Right, there's one plant, it's looking really nice actually in the middle of the room. Look at these new leaves, looking good. I need to get rid of all those dirty leaves. I need to get these dead plants off of the sides and sort of restock. All the dead plants have been taken down and we've put up the 2 good ones from the other room. How good does that look? Is it just me? It looks even better than before. Right, I'm promising now. Oh, whoa, look at that leaf. What a monster. Yeah, I'm promising now I'm gonna keep them watered. Must keep them watered. It's really not that hard to remember, is it? So why do I forget so much? Maybe because they're in here now. No, the other ones are in here. I didn't really like the other ones. I love these ones because they've been part of the MD studios now pretty much since I started that other room. Yeah, no, it's got to be a good 1.5 years, something like that. Anyway, they're going to survive. So that's the light, the shelf, all the plants cleared out. The wall is pretty grubby. It's not like horrendous or anything, but it's going to annoy me when we do the new setup. So I'm just going to give that a quick paint over and then we'll be ready to go. There we go, walls all painted. It's time to build the racking system in 3, 2, 1. Now, look at that. That was a lot of hours condensed into no time at all. So I quite often get asked quite a bit about mould. I don't really get a lot of mould. You can see there we've got that aircon unit up there. That's constantly recirculating the air. So if there's any sort of moisture, it's getting taken out, like fresh stuff put in. I don't know why I'm doing this. I'm trying to show like a rotation, do you know what I mean? Anyway, if we look over here by the window, we can see there's quite a lot of sort of mildew along the edges. Now it's just obviously because there's like the coldest point in the whole room. I'm gonna get it a little bit. I'm gonna tidy it up, give it a wipe down, give it a repaint because it's a bit of an eyesore now. You can sort of see it a lot more. I did have the plant here, you see, so I couldn't see anything. Right, that's all not so much cleaned as painted over. It's the best way to do it, isn't it? Next up, I want to get some lighting along the top here. I'm going to be using the exact same lights that I've got under here. They're just cheap Pled 910 they are. So it's just like white light, but look, I think it works really well. Look how good the tanks look. Look at the tannins coming out now in the shrimp tank. Hello, Mr. Riley. Really shrimp. Still not got that nailed. Yeah, I've got a load of brand new ones here and I've got an old one I wasn't using as well. So we've got 3 in total, which makes sense because we've got 1, 2, 3 shelves or 3 bits, yeah. And boom, we have light. Look at that, looking brilliant. Everything else goes extremely dark because it can't keep up. There you go. Let's get some tanks on it. Luckily, I've got a ton of them down here. This floor is still an absolute mess, by the way. It's going to take some work, but it's going to be worth it. Need to get all these tanks cleaned up and then put on the bottom row to start with because I've got a plant order about to come and I need somewhere to put all these plants. There we go. We've now got some tanks in place as well. See, we've got the 4 at the bottom there. A pretty snazzy plant storage tanks, aren't they? Opti-white cubes. But I've got them sitting around, so I might as well use them. Right, the plants have arrived, so let's just unbox them. goodies. Right, the first thing I can see, trident fern. Love a bit of trident fern. I got a lot of the classics because you can't get wrong with them, as well as some new ones as well. Ah yes, Windelov as well. So we've got trident fern, Windelov, and I think I've got Narrow. Yep, Narrow. So I've got all three of the smaller kinds of Java ferns. I just think they just look so good in every single aquascape. I think I've got 5 of each of those. Right, there we go. That's layer 1. That's a lot of plants. That's only the first layer. Look, I've got a whole another section as well. Oh my goodness. Right, so what we've got here, S. repens. We've got trident fern 5. We've got 5 Windelov. We've got 5 Narrow. We've got 5 of the Hydrocot Japan, and then just 1 because it's a very expensive plant. I got the Anubias copperfolia. It's a gorgeous looking one. Have I got any that I can show you? There's one there. It's got like a crinkly sort of leaf to it, but it's been swallowed by that Java fern. Hi guys, this must be interesting for you. Must be thinking, what on earth is going on with this lot? Right, what I need to do now, which is what I should have done already to be honest, is fill these up with a little inch of water at the bottom just so those pots can sit in them, and we can put a lid on the top, and there they stay until we use them. Okay, that is that whole first layer. I've got decent amount of plants there. Let's get the second layer done. And I'm already making a mess in this room now. Oh, there we go. So what we've got here, we've got 10 pots of Anubias Petite. We've got 5 of the Bucephalandra Red. We've got the green variety as well, wavy green. We've got Crypt Walisi, and this is the one that I want to be using in the up and coming rice fish tank. Just want a load of this. This is water sprite. I mean, that's not the scientific name, but it just grows really sort of natural, and I think it's going to look good in like a river style tank. And then we've got Crypt Parva. Look how cute that is. Tiny, tiny little leaves. Can't even focus. There we go. Baby leaves. And then 5 more Hygrophila pinnatifida. Gorgeous plant. Right, I need to get all of these in as well now. And boom, I saved you the hassle of showing you what going in. But look, we're fully stocked up, ready for some new setups. Now, it's not just about new setups, is it? We've also got to make sure that we're maintaining all of our old ones as well. And the shrimp rack, well, it doesn't require a lot of maintenance at all, to be honest. Mainly just like wiping the glass down. But oh boy, is it looking good. So good. I mean, the forest now, the Hydrocot Japan is just spreading everywhere and just giving it that massively vibrant, awesome green look. But the thing that's really got my attention is the blackwater-ness, is that a thing? Of the carbon rilly shrimp. I was going to be actually changing the water and getting it clear, but I just love it. I love the look of it. Like, it's different, isn't it, compared to the rest? And the shrimp seem to be getting along really well as well. There we go, have a look. There's one just sat there, loving life. I don't know, there's one at the front as well. Other than those 2, I'm not sure where the rest are, but they'll be in there somewhere. So I've not actually done anything to this tank since I set it up. There's a tiny bit of grime on the glass. I don't know if you're picking that up. It's diatom algae by the looks of it. So what I'm doing with all of these shrimp tanks is I'm not cleaning the glass at all, apart from the front panel. And to do that, I just take one of the little magnets. As I'm walking past, I just give it a once over. It never gets a chance to build up to be sort of solid on then, and it just comes off nice and easy. And there we go, it's as simple as that. That's all the maintenance I've been doing. And down on the Axelrod aquarium, there they are at the back there. These are tiny, tiny little fish. I think I'm going to be putting these in my new scape, my rare fish tank, because they're a rare fish, and I think they'll do well in there. I'm going to have tons of different groups. I've actually started on that tank as well. Look at how chunky some of these shrimp are down here. It's a nice big yellow there, and then just behind it, just in there in that gap, we've got a massive Sunkiss one as well. Again, on the back. Oh, this is so exciting. And you know what's absolutely great as well? I've got all these shrimp in these little jars and bowls things that to go in their own setups over on the new rack over here as well, which, you know, we're not ready yet, of course. You know, this is the sort of one that I'm just going to take my time with and build as it comes, like rather than sort of going, I'm going to fill this rack up as soon as possible. No, we're not doing that. For a start, right now I'm working on this tank right here. So this was obviously the discus tank before, but now it's going to be the rare ecosystem tank. I've already got the whole substrate system in. Believe it or not, that's not just sand, sand on top, and then we've got the usual thing of the bags of gravel, the bags of aqua soil underneath. That is now ready to, you know, have its first pieces of hardscape go in, which I need to go to the shop and collect. I'm going to go to Maidenhead Aquatics, all be in the build video, so I've got to select some pieces. They've got some amazing pieces there. I want to take up big sections with huge pieces of like structure wood, because over here in this aquarium, this is all my big aquariums have got sort of different wood in at the moment. This one's got Redmore root in, so it's like this sort of thin twisty wood with bigger chunks and then covered in tons of moss. Look at this one needs some maintenance in a bit, by the way, guys. Look, we've got some little pockets of algae going on, and basically when I did that huge cutback, we've just allowed a absolute ton of light to come in, and it's just flipped the balance a little bit. And then obviously over here in the African fish aquarium, we've got the big bogwood, you know, it's like big bold pieces, just a couple really thick, and yeah, so that's bogwood, Redmore root, and then over here, if I just move my light, in the original ecosystem is manzanita wood, which is really twisty and cool. It's more sort of thin, so again I want to go for something completely different, because why not just switch it up, like switch it up. And you may well remember in the last vlog we added some friends to Timmy's tank. Did any survive? Has Timmy eaten them all? And has Timmy grown? Well, no, obviously not. He doesn't grow. There we go, look. Timmy's friends are still indeed friends. There's Timmy. Look how cute he's looking. Right, I forgot to mention last time, see the algae on his back. You can see where he's had some extra growth, because in between the algae, come down here buddy, see, look at the gaps, that's where the growth plates are sort of splitting apart. You are growing, aren't you? Just very, very slowly. So since the cleanup, the tank has stayed pretty clean for the most part. We've got a little bit of surface film going on, but you know, with this amount of bogwood in the water and a stinky turtle producing waste, I think that's an acceptable level. Last time I did put a what they called surface skimmer in here, and I put it over in the corner, but the white clouds for some reason decided that they wanted to jump in. I managed to save one, and I lost another one from it, so I've just taken them out. It's not worth it. It's only a little bit of surface film, and I'm absolutely fine with dealing with that anyway. A good way of getting rid of surface film if you want to instantly is just to lay some paper towel in, pick it up from the middle, and it sort of scoops it out if you're that worried about it. Again, it's not something that I really worry about. And you don't seem to worry too, do you? No. Well, I'll tell you one tank I am worried about, well, not worried about, that's a bit strong, is the Epistogramma hung schloy tank. Now recently I removed a ton of floating plants at the top here and just left a few over in the other corner. With this light, which is always so powerful, I mean, I'm not a massive fan of this light for a low-tech tank. I've already had to reduce like 50% of the lighting on it with some electrical tape. It's still too strong. So what's happened is I've removed all the floating plants and, well, I'll show you. We have had an outbreak. From this distance, it doesn't look too bad. Let me just clear this glass quickly. Now this here is the vile slime known as cyanobacteria. It's not algae. It can look like algae at times because it's green, but that doesn't make it algae, does it? It's cyanobacteria. It's a form, as it sounds, bacteria, and it just sort of starts coating everything. Now the odd thing is, I haven't added or taken away, well that's not true, I did take away. I haven't added anything to the tank. I took away the floating plants, like I said, and that's caused more lighting. The lighting has triggered this cyanobacteria. Now the fact that I haven't put anything in the tank suggests it was already there. Apparently, cyanobacteria is always there in your aquariums, and it can just be triggered into sort of just going nuts. Obviously, before I didn't have enough light for it to just keep reproducing. It seems to require light. I've noticed you never get cyanobacteria in areas where there's no light. So yeah, all of a sudden there's all this extra light coming in. It's just triggered a bloom, which can be quite easily fixed. Two things, we can reduce the light, but the whole point of me taking away a load of those floating plants was to actually put more in so I could see more of the tank. So what's next? Well, we can use a cleaning product that actually just kills it dead. Chemi Clean is one of them. I'm not sure if you can just buy it direct in the UK. You might have to import it. I remember buying some on eBay and it taking like a month to arrive, but eventually it got here. I've already treated the tank, so look, you can see there's like some bubbles currently on this weird coating of it here, and that should mean that that'll just go, hopefully, fingers crossed. I mean, every other time I've used this product, it has. Timmy's tank, for instance, that did have a lot of it as well before. I've moved my computer back to where I normally have it now. I normally have it right in front of Timmy's tank. It did have a lot before itself, and again, that's a lot of organic matter, plus the lighting seems to trigger it, but I used the product in there and it was gone. That product's chemi-clean again. It says it's for red cyanobacteria, but it works in planted tanks. I think it's really designed for reef systems, but it seems to work. That's all I find. Yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to give that a week and it should be looking spick and span again. If not, I'll just break it down and start again. No, it should be fine. I mean, like I say, I've done this before and it worked well. But yeah, speaking of this light being too powerful, it's the reason I haven't been showing the Harlequin tank, but let me just show you what it's done. Okay, so this is the Harlequin tank. Let the lighting adjust. Is that it? Let me turn it up a little bit. There we go. That's actually looking brighter than it is now. No, that's not right. We needed to actually show it so you can see where we're at in terms of algae levels and everything. But look, first of all, we've got some absolutely amazing emergent growth at the top here. I mean, just look at that. That's the Rotala rotundifolia that's all coming out of the top. And then we've got the mosses as well. But you can just see here, there's this massive algae bloom at the back here. And that's basically what I think it is a lack of flow from all the plants combined with this heavy lighting. And it just means that it's really struggling. Same up here, look, the flow is just being stopped by all the plants. So I think there's two things I need to do. One, cut everything right down low so we can get that rotation coming back again. And then also, I might just block off a few more of the LEDs. You see there's the strip going across of the electrical tape that's hiding like 50% of the lights. Actually, no, it's less than that because it's the middle strip, so it's a third, 33% of the lights. I might up that blockage to like 50%. But first of all, I just need to cut it all out. Oh, there are more than 3 fish in here, guys, as well. The rest must be hiding, and these are the bravest of the souls. Right, there we go. That's looking better already. And we've got some more brave ones. Come on, there's more of you than that. There must be some more hiding right in that back corner there. But yeah, that's pretty good. Right, so you can see what I've done there. I've taken loads of the... That didn't come out very well. Taken a ton of all the moss off, trimmed that right back. Some of these plants are looking a little bit rough at the bottom, and that's purely because it was being looped right over and there was no light. The top's looking good because that grew closer, didn't it, and found some gaps. How ironic. It died there because there's not enough light. It's gone crazy and gross up the top, or not so much now, because there's too much light. So what I've also done is reduce the lighting a little bit more. It doesn't look like it on camera because camera compensates for lower light by upping everything. Let me just reduce it, tell it what to do. Come on. There we go. That's more like how I'm seeing it now, so there's a lot more darker patches. We can't get away from this brightness at the top there because it's just how it is because it's so close to that light. And that is why I like these cheap LED lights for low-tech setups. Expensive highlighting in a low-tech setup just does not work at all because you get a ton of algae like you can see back there. Not that this is expensive light, and this was a whole system that came together. It's like a decent price actually. It was about £170, which is $210, $220, and that's pretty amazing when you think about it. It looks like a high-end light. It's got a lot of power output, but in my opinion, again, it's too much for a low-tech tank. Apparently you can buy dimmers, but you know, who wants to do all of that? What I like really in low-tech setups is just like this one, look. We've got like a medium sort of level of light, and then the light is actually higher. I think what I'm trying to say is I like a bright light but set upwards, not close to the tank. And when you do that, you tend to get really good results across the board because you're not blasting it so much in one spot. Do you know what I mean? It sort of feels like it's spread sort of evenly over the whole area rather than like what we see here, boom, like one section's just getting blasted. So yeah, that might be a little tip for you guys that might be struggling with algae after watching some of my videos and thinking, well, MD has high lighting and he doesn't get algae. If I put high lighting in these low-tech tanks, I do get algae. That to me is high lighting, even though I've reduced it. I would like to see this raised up like doubly the height for the amount of light coming out of it, really. And I might actually do that. But anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed this one. Click the like and subscribe. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. And in the meantime, click something.